Psst, hey, come on, man. Jimbo's back.
Yowzer! It's that time. Radio was done with him. 4 spouses had enough of her and him. Hopefully the 3rd time is a charm. Get ready to have your ear holes violated. It's wild. It's crazy. It's time. It's the Jimbo and Jackie Show.
Oh, man alive, man alive. Can you believe it, people? It is Jimbo
and Jackie
with our very first podcast ever.
Oh, we're excited.
Episode 1, call it a pilot, call it what you want, but look at us. We're trying to figure it out. We need to have a theme song, don't you think?
I think we do.
You could sing.
I can carry a tune here and there.
For those of you who may have seen Jackie at some of the karaoke bars and stuff, she's got it going on. You give good karaoke.
You're so sweet, honey.
We're here at Reamp Studios, and we're very excited to be a part of the podcast team here. And they got a studio over there, so I'm going to see if me and you can do like a Sonny and Cher type of duet of some sort.
Oh, that'd be great, honey.
And then see if they can use the Pro Tools and make me sound like I got something going on, you know? Well, I know some of you know us and some of you don't, but most of you like us.
I would say that.
And most of you are gonna. See? We're going to have fun. We want to tell you a little bit about ourselves before we get into things and get on with episode 1, the pilot.
Can you believe it?
I know. My name is Jimbo. I've done 25 years of radio, and they decided they didn't want me anymore. They said budget cuts.
Crazies.
And we could talk about that in another show and maybe get some questions because I got nothing to hide.
Nope.
It was a fun run. I'm not bitter. It could have been handled better. And for those of you who have listened to me on the radio, I want to say cheers. Thank you for your ears for all those years, baby. Cheers.
Cheers, baby.
I have 3 kids, and I'm on my 3rd wife. Technically, I'm on the seat, but that's the wife that I'm on right now.
That's me.
Number 3, baby. So we're excited about this. And I'm going to be in your ear hole, violating it for many, many episodes. Why don't you tell everybody a little about yourself, Jackie?
Well, I'm Jackie, and I have 4 kids,
Whoa!
4 grown children.
I know.
And I'm a Navy veteran.
Yes, you are. Thank you for your service, gorgeous.
Oh, you're so sweet. I'm a real estate agent.
Nice.
And an esthetician at
Look
Cloud
at
9
that.
Medical Spa.
Right on. My kids range from the ages of, I got twins that are 10, and I got a 13-year-old. So I officially have a teenager. And this beautiful thing, how old are theirs?
Mine are 23, 25, 31, and just turned 33, my oldest daughter.
And this podcast is for none of you. You're not gonna really like everything we're gonna talk about, but we need to pop the cork on episode 1. I got money is an object, so
50 and fucked.
we got the cooks. We would have broke out the credit card and got the bottle of Dom, but I was thinking maybe at the episode 10 we get a bottle of Dom.
There we go.
How's that sound?
That sounds great, baby.
Now, do you love champagne?
I love it. We drank it all day yesterday, like 6 big old bottles.
6 big old cooks, because that's the thing is like we're on a budget. We need this thing to take off so we can actually buy the Dom and not the cooks. And I'm twisting it the wrong way. I'm too excited about episode 1, Jackie.
I sent him in for Dom Perignon, and he did come out with cooks.
I should have brown bagged it, so and I should say, oh, yeah, it's Dom. It's Dom. There it is.
Ah, that sounded pretty.
Yeah! Thank you, Ashton. That's our producer right over there. We love it, man. I can't believe we're doing a podcast. We've talked about doing a podcast since I got let go from the radio station, a rock station in the Inland Empire. You know who it is if you know who I am.
Thank you, baby.
If you don't, it doesn't matter, I guess, because I'm on a podcast right now. So cheers to episode 1. Cheers, baby.
Cheers, beautiful.
Take a swigger. There it is. Where's my swiggers at? In the house. I want to thank a good friend, somebody who was really excited about us having a podcast finally.
Yes.
We've talked about it with many, many friends.
So many.
So many friends.
All of them.
And our good buddy Jason Riley wanted to give us some shots
Oh,
for a shout out.
I love his whiskey.
J. Riley's Distillery, it's in Redlands right now, and we're going to try something brand new. Now, we've had champagne with Patron, right?
Yes, we have.
And where did we learn that one from? Or who?
We learned that at the Improv.
Yep, one of your favorite comics.
Yes.
Who was it?
Do you remember?
Eddie Griffin.
Eddie Griffin.
Eddie Griffin. He was getting,
That's it.
He was getting tanked, and we were at the early show, and he said, I know how you're looking at me, and I get fucked up, and I'm here drinking some champagne, but for every glass of champagne, I put a shot of Patron in it. And we started doing that.
Yes, we did. And it's a different kind of...
it's a fun buzz.
Yes, it is. Different kind of buzz.
So we've named it either Papanes for Patron and Champagne or Shamtrons for
Shamtrons.
Champagne, baby.
So what are we doing today with the whiskey?
Well, we're going to try something new. We're going to try whiskey in champagne. J. Riley's Whiskey right there in Redlands. Go ahead and grab a bottle.
Which one you want?
Whichever one you want. You can do that one and I'll do this one. I'm going to do the J. Riley's 1775. It's a good whiskey. And we figured if what do you got?
I've got the J. Riley, California.
Ooh, okay. We're going to pour some of that into our
Cypher.
champagne. And I think we got to decide what we're going to call this. Because we decided with the champagne and the Patron, we're going to call it a Shamtron.
Yes.
But I kind of like Papain.
Yeah, that's your favorite, not mine.
Okay. So for the whiskey, I got two ideas. It could either be called a whisk pain, or a shamsky.
Shamsky for sure.
Champagne. All right. Cheers,
Yes,
gorgeous.
Cheers, beautiful.
If you're listening, feel free. Hopefully you're not driving while you're doing this.
Nope.
But we don't pass judgment, but the cops do. So do what do what you got to do. Okay. What do you think, gorgeous? For the shamsky.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Sip into a shamsky. Oh, yeah. That's awesome, man.
That's really
I think we got a new
good.
drink.
That is
Damn.
really good.
That means great things are going to come to from our podcast.
California Cypher white whiskey is what I have.
There you go. I got 1775.
That is great.
And it's the same color as my urine when I don't drink enough water.
Wow.
I know. I'm just
Wow.
giving a comparison for those of people who aren't watching us, some just listen. That's the thing about a podcast, Jackie. Even though we got this awesome studio at Reamp Studios, we got cameras, but some people are going to just listen to us.
Wow, that's crazy.
We want you to be proud. Even though we're closer to death than birth, we've had a hell of a journey, haven't we, Jackson?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, I'm going to show everybody who can see this, and you're going to have to describe it, okay? Describe it to the podcast listeners. 'Cause
Okay.
We've never done a podcast before.
Right.
I like having cameras because I'm having a pretty decent hair day. So this is when I was half my age and I didn't feel fucked.
Oh,
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that. I just started working at the radio station there. Look at that hair, baby.
Beautiful.
Describe it to the audience.
Oh my gosh, look at your arms for one.
What do you think of them?
I want to touch them.
You like the picture of the arms?
Long, beautiful hair
Samson-like.
down past his shoulders.
I look like Fabio's third cousin, possibly.
Probably first cousin.
First
I would
cousin?
say.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that. All right.
Chiseled chin.
Oh, man. Yeah. And this is what it's like now.
You're
still-
even more beautiful now, honey.
You're still in love?
You really are good.
I do
looking
miss
now.
the hair. I'm going to be honest with you. I miss having long ass
Well,
hair.
we tried to grow it here the past couple of years.
And it wasn't as thick. All right, enough of my picture.
Oh,
why don't
Lord.
you show our audience? Remember, your camera's over here.
Yes.
Show, and I'll describe. Here's Jackie when she was half the age she is now.
Half the age I am now.
Look at that. That's
This
like,
was back in a day.
now that skirt, it's a black and white picture, but that skirt, you still fit in.
It's a dress, and it's, yes,
Is that
I
the
do.
blue sparkly one?
That's it. Beautiful.
Oh, and she still fits in it, folks. And the crowd goes wild. So that's a blessing.
Yes,
To
I
be able
love
to
it.
wear the same clothes that you wore when you were half your age and not as
Right?
fucked.
Yep.
Yep. She looks like a little Gloria Stefan right over there. And you did bikini pageants.
I did.
You did some modeling. You dabbled.
I dabbled a little
Yeah.
taste.
Now hold it next to your face just so everybody could see. There it is.
Oh, bless my heart.
You done good, Mama. You done good. We want this to be a positive adventure, but you got to look at the past because that's what got us here, right?
Absolutely.
Here we are. If I didn't do that radio gig, I probably wouldn't be here doing this podcast with my gorgeous bride.
Yep, you should have been on your own a long time ago, baby.
Yeah. So here's the breakdown of the show. What's going to happen is I'm going to rattle off. We're going to do a bunch of topics on our podcast, and we kind of gave them names. Our first segment's going to be 50-year-old topic. Something about being 50. Then we're going to do Get Trendy. The top 3 things that are trending right now. Weekly highs and lows. Field trip. We got to go a place. We're going to have some video that we're going to add, and it's got some audio. Plus, we're going to reflect on this week in the history of our relationship.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and we got a doozy of what happened 3 years ago. Then, Jackie, where are you from again?
I'm from North Carolina, baby.
So we're going to do a little Jackie's Southern Saying of the Week.
Aww.
Makes it sound so cute. And then, since we are as old as we are, we want to get in touch with our inner child. So we're going to talk about one of our favorite childhood memories.
Yeah.
Then we're going to have Burp Wars. We're going to do a fast food confessional. He said, she said. And we will be back in a little bit as we kick off episode 1.
Oh,
And we're back. It's Jimbo and Jackie. It's our pilot episode, our very first one. So let's get right into it because one of the things is we're both in our 50s.
Yep.
And sometimes we feel fucked.
50 and fucked.
Yeah, exactly. So but we're doing it in a fun way.
Yep.
You got to enjoy the ride of life, don't you think, Jackie?
Absolutely beautiful.
And I think we're doing and you're a great riding partner. Fist
Aw.
bump. Pound it, baby.
Love you.
Yeah, I love you. But before we get too sappy and I throw you on this table, it'll be a different kind of a podcast. I got to stay focused because here's one thing I can't stand about being 50.
What's that?
And it wasn't even when I was 50.
Oh, I know.
It was in our 40s. They're a little too eager.
49.
You get a letter from who?
Flippin' ARP.
An ARP letter while you're in your 40s. It's like getting jumped into a gang almost. It's just like, here's your reality check. Here's your letter from
ARP.
ARP. ARP.
What does that stand for even?
That's a good question.
I don't even know, to be honest with you.
I think it means old people.
You can tell we didn't join the club.
Yeah, we haven't joined yet. I came close, though, because they do get discounts.
I know.
You're thinking about it, but then you're like kind of really acknowledging that you're in your 50s.
Right.
So, but I thought something that was funny is like, couldn't they wait till your 50th birthday?
Exactly.
Like, come on, man. I mean, that's like a crisis mode. Now, how'd you handle turning 50? We had a great party.
We had a great party for my 50th, and I always said I want to look my best when I'm 50, and I feel like I did. I mean, that was a cute picture I had before, but...
Yeah, but what'd you do for your 50th birthday? Tell the audience.
This beautiful man took me to Vegas, one of my favorite places to go.
Yep.
And we partied in a suite at the top of Bellagio.
Bellagio.
It was so much fun.
Bellagio. I like the name of that place. I wonder what that means, too. That's something fancy.
Bellagio.
Bellagio.
We need to start reading more.
Well, you're probably right. We need to. Well, we're doing a show. That's one bummer about podcasts is I'm gonna have to start reading a little bit more.
Right, me too.
Because back on my radio show, I had a professional reader by the name of Tiffany that she would read to me, and I would just comment about it. But now
she was great.
We need to read stuff.
Right. And one of the great things you did when I turned 50, you had Elvis that married us come to the suite and sing happy birthday to me and brought us a robe. Oh, my gosh. It was so much fun.
It was a smooth move, and I think that night the hotel changed from Bellagio to Below Jimbo. You were very thankful and giving that night.
You're welcome.
You brought, and then when when I turned 50, do you remember what I wanted to do? Because believe it or not, I know you can't really tell. For those of you that are watching this, believe it or not, Jackie is 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
Cradle robber.
Can't
believe you. Do you remember what happened when I was turning 50, what I wanted to do?
I know what we did for your 50th. I can't remember what you wanted to do, though.
Remember I set the alarm?
Oh, good Lord. I should have known it was something sexual.
Tell the story. Tell the story.
He set the alarm for midnight and wanted to...
10 minutes
10 minutes till midnight.
10 minutes to midnight, because what did I want to do?
He wanted to make love into 49 to 50.
Amen, baby. That's a perfect transition, don't you think?
You thought.
So you didn't feel 50 and as fucked, you know? Wouldn't that suck if it was at 50 all of a sudden and you just went, ED. Sorry, you're 50. You can't use your wiener anymore. But it was a beautiful ceremony. But we were talking about ARP. Do you remember the gift? What gift did you get offered when you turned 50 from ARP?
10% off in some silly little bag.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They offered me a fanny pack.
I'd love to see you in a fanny pack.
Can you get much older than that? Why don't you just send me dress socks and sandals and plaid shorts with a fanny pack? You know
and a
what
necktie.
I mean? And a necktie. Oh, man. ARP, I can't believe you. Make it a little bit easier. Wait till we're 50, ARP. Come on, man. Do you think ARP would sponsor this podcast?
Oh, we're going to have to see.
I think we got to do
I
that.
think that would be great.
We got to get somebody on that.
Yes, that's a great idea, honey.
Yeah, face 50 with attitude.
Yes.
Be 50 and fucked with Jimbo and Jackie. And ARP in this smashing new fanny pack. It's quite fetching. Fanny pack.
Oh, Lord.
You know what's funny, though, is fanny packs are coming back.
And I have one that my brother bought me when I was like 18. I still have it.
Do you?
I found it the other day.
What color is it?
It's red suede with a little fringe on it. We're going to have to bring it in. I should have wore it today.
You should have worn it today.
I didn't think about it.
Oh, I'm kind of glad you didn't. 'Cause you're hot, but I don't know if you're hot enough to wear a fanny pack. No, you'd still be hot. I'll be honest with you.
Right answer.
Red suede?
Red suede, fringe.
Should have been in a Bon Jovi video or something like that. But they're coming back because I took one of our 100 kids to the mall this weekend, and we were at Hollister. My boy James is a brand snob.
Yep.
He goes to Hollister, and they have fanny packs there.
Do they really?
Yeah, and they were kind of cool.
Huh? What do they look like?
Like a fanny pack. I mean, there's only one thing it could do. I mean, but the patterns were cool, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And I got nervous because my boy almost bought one.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if I want my boy to have a fanny pack. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if that's a gateway, because if you turn it around, does that mean you're going to pack a fanny if you wear a fanny pack?
Maybe we'll let him try mine out first and see how he likes it.
The red suede one? You're gonna put my boy in a red suede fanny pack?
That would be great.
Terrible, terrible. So that's our 50-year-old and fuck topic right there. As we move on, it's time to get trendy, baby.
Oh, boy.
Do it, girl. Come on. We're trying to work on theme songs.
Come be our friend day. Let's get trendy with Jimbo and Jackie.
Nice, nice.
Might work.
Yeah. We'll throw that in the Reamp Studios and see what happens over there. But this is where we're going to discuss the top 3 things that are trending right now.
What's going on right now, baby?
We get trendy. Let me see. One of the things I saw that they were paying homage to the late, great, I guess, well, I think it's great. I mean, he had an impact. Luke Perry of Beverly Hills 90210 passed away.
Heart.
And I think he was only like 52 or 53.
Jeez, he was young.
Yeah, that's fucked. I don't know what the health issues were, to be honest with you, because I didn't read. I just heard about it, to be honest with you. But he was a good-looking dude. Yeah,
really good-looking. You kind of. I think there's a bug in the studio.
Is there a bug in there? Are we getting bugged? Somebody's bugging us? I saw something almost hit you in the eyeball over there.
It did.
Oh, did it? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Stop, drop, and roll. You all right? But Luke Perry, in case you don't know who he was.
That's great.
No, I love having a producer. I can't believe we're doing a podcast and we got a producer. Because I was in charge of the sound effect machine at the radio station I used to work at. And I still remember to this day that button number 28 was a fart button.
Yeah, you love the fart button.
And anybody who came to visit the station, I would, even if there was a song playing, especially like little kids when they'd come visit.
Yeah.
I said, that's it. That's it.
We have a fart button here. Yeah. That's cool.
That's producer Ashton. Whoa. Sad to say, that's not a sound effect. We got our producer's ass mic'd, and that's happening. But no, we were like, let's say we're like in the middle of Freebird. And even though I would pot up the sound effects and I would let the kids hit the fart button. And I said, oh, you just farted on the radio, dude. That was pretty fun. That was good times. I almost forgot what we were talking about.
Luke Perry.
Luke Perry. Thanks for bringing the show back to us. Luke Perry was on the show Beverly Hills 90210, which was a huge show in the 90s.
Yes.
I was like thinking about it that between Lifestyles and Beverly Hills 90210, I wonder if that's what brought up that show Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh, I bet. That's like the beginning of it, I think.
It's like getting eye chlamydia when you watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I hate that show, but you can't stop watching it when it's on.
I used to like it. Now, I don't ever watch it anymore, but every once in a while I'll pop it on and
But Beverly Hills 90210, it was, in case you didn't know what it was about kids in high school going to Beverly Hills 90210.
Yeah.
So you got to see them in their beautiful houses, all the cars you can afford.
And see how fucked you are.
Yeah, exactly. But my hair kind of looks like him a little bit, don't you think?
Well, earlier it did.
Earlier it did. I got
it's
headphones.
flattened out a little bit now.
Yeah, I think we need new headphones. I got too nice of hair to like have this barrette pushing down on it.
Barrette.
We need to get like those earplug type things.
Earbuds.
Maybe next year's budget. We'll see what we can do about that. But for right now, you got the mashed down version of the Luke Perry. I look like Luke Perry if he got into a forklift accident and got addicted to painkillers and Hamburger Helper.
Jeez Louise.
That's my look. But I got to meet him once.
Did you, baby?
I did. Believe it or not, I don't even think I told you this story, that I was actually an extra on Beverly Hills 90210.
What?
I was.
You should have been a star.
Oh, I think this is what I looked like. Go back to the picture in case you need to see it. But that's when I looked like that. I got casted as an extra. It was at Gazzari's. And I think it's Brian Austin Green was the other guy on the show.
Yeah.
He basically had a record deal, and he was like doing a live show, and it was getting feedback and stuff. So we were supposed to heckle, like, bro, you suck! Brian. Well, we didn't call him Brian Austin Green, but we're like, damn, this sucks! And I improvised a little bit, because I took a napkin and I bound it up, and I threw it right at the face of Brian Austin Green. So I don't know if you can see that on YouTube or that, but I was into the part. I didn't just boo. I gave it that extra mile of being an extra.
Of course you did.
On Beverly Hills 90210. But outside, I got to hang out with Jason Priestley and Luke Perry while they were sitting in their director chairs.
Wow, honey.
And they were looking at used car magazines, but it was like the fancier version, like buying like old classic cars and stuff. Yeah. But he was a cool dude.
Oh, that's so cool. You've met a lot of cool people.
I have. And I met you. I met this guy, David, who's kind of cool. But it was cool being an extra on the show.
Awesome.
And he's going to be missed. So that's sad to be in your
really
50s
sad.
And dead.
That's sad.
I know. All right. We're still getting trendy. Topic number 2. Guess what else is trending?
What's trending, baby?
The time change.
It sucks so bad.
Hate the damn time change. It's a spring forward, which is the worst of the two. But the fall back, you think it gets too dark too early?
Yes, I don't like it at all. I'd much rather spring forward.
Would you?
Yes, absolutely.
We have a great story. We were together through many time changes. We've been together for 7 years. But one of the time changes, what happened, you are not going to believe. We totally forgot to spring forward, and what happened?
And it was our first half marathon together.
Right. So we're doing it that day. We're going to do a half marathon.
On that Sunday morning.
Where you spring forward.
And we didn't spring forward.
We did not spring forward. We woke up and realized, oh, shit! We got to get to the marathon, Mama.
It starts in 30 minutes.
It starts in 30 minutes. I've never run a half marathon in my life. We've jogged together, and we're like, holy hell, we got to go to a half marathon. We forgot to wake up, stretch. What happened when we got there?
So we get there, and our stretch was running from the parked car to the start line.
Yeah, and we're off. And we were changing in the car, eating a granola bar on the way to the half marathon. My very first one. You've done how many?
Probably 10 or 12.
10 or 12.
Yeah.
So here I am. It's a run through Redlands.
Yes.
It's a hilly damn ass course.
And
too.
you did great for your first half marathon running that.
I appreciate that, but I was nervous as all hell because I'm like going, we got no time to stretch. I was hoping to have a decent meal like an hour and a half before, but we didn't spring forward on that time change, and we got there, and it felt good.
Well, till mile 3 for me.
Yeah, you were kind of 50 and fucked at that
Yeah.
point.
I think I just turned 50, actually.
And I think it was at mile 9 where I got a dirty look from you. Because I said, I got to be honest, Mama, this seems pretty easy. I can't believe we're doing this. And you're like, yeah, fuck you, Jimbo. That's what you're
Pretty
thinking.
much.
You didn't say it because she's way too sweet, but she was like, fuck you, Jimbo.
I was hurting since mile 3.
Oh, damn. So that's our spring forward saga.
Yeah.
Now here's item number 3 for Get Trendy. Sing a little bit, baby.
Oh, what? Oh, item 3. Oh.
But just sing Get Trendy.
Get trendy, come be our friend with Jimbo and Jackie.
Item number 3. Everybody's talking about it. Sports radio's talking about it. Good Morning America's talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. But I don't know if we care, but we're going to talk about it again.
Well, it's one of my favorite stories.
J-Lo and A-Rod are officially engaged, huh?
Oh, love that story.
Now, isn't this like J-Lo's like 5th marriage? Or
Never give up on love.
Never
That's
give
what
up
you
on
always
love.
say, baby.
Jackie and I, we can relate. Mm-hmm. We're both each other's 3rd spouse.
Yep.
We like to consider ourselves wedding enthusiasts. I love wedding cake and I love bachelor parties, but I'm done. We're keeping it number 3, right?
Yes, baby.
All right, high five on that, baby. But J-Lo, I wonder, is it more pressure when you've been proposed to many times?
I don't think so.
No? You don't think A-Rod? So. Do you think A-Rod was nervous?
Probably not.
What's A-Rod's name? Do you know?
No. I'm not even going to try to pretend.
That's what you got this morning, A-Rod.
Oh! You look like A-Rod.
I wish. Hey! Nice. Alex Rodriguez.
Oh.
Do you know what he did for a living?
Baseball?
There you go.
Did I do good?
You did great.
Okay.
Yay! She is out of here! But what a name, that J-Lo and A-Rod.
I don't know.
That sounds like a power couple, though.
It really does.
Did we see J-Lo in concert before?
No.
Oh, we saw Mariah Carey.
Carey.
That was in Vegas. All right.
Yeah.
They're both pretty diva-ish.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine the rock she got. Have you seen her ring?
No.
Don't look at it because you're not going to like yours.
I got a beautiful rock.
You do have a beautiful ring. I love it.
I do have a beautiful ring.
It's gorgeous. But do me a favor. Do not look at J-Lo's ring ever.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Bling, baby. It is bling-tacular. It is unbelievable how awesome this is.
Oh, wow.
Yours is better, though.
I know
Yours
it
has more character, I think, than...
Because you gave it to me. That's
hey,
why.
Thank you, gorgeous. I love that. All right, that's our top 3 things that are trending right now. I need a sip of water. I got to be honest with you, Jackie.
Oh, you know what? How did he propose to her? Do you know?
I didn't get the ins and outs of it. I don't know if it was just got down on one knee.
I love how you proposed to me.
How did I propose to you, baby?
So for a month, this guy made me run around the studio at the radio station looking for a ring pop.
Now, why a ring pop? Because that's all I could afford at the time. I didn't have the A-Rod checking account. But ring pop was something in your favorite movie, right?
Oh, my God. I love Norbit, and
Yes.
I love that he proposed to her with a ring pop as a kid underneath the tree.
And that's what we made her do.
Yes, and I always told Jim, I said, just propose to me with a ring pop, honey. You don't even have to buy me a ring, just a ring pop.
When did you know you were going to marry me?
Oh, my gosh, from the first moment I touched you.
Oh, my. Really?
Honestly.
Did you want to call me A-Rod then?
Well, I think I did.
Yeah, you did.
Or
some people, I got her. Well, we'll talk about that for another show.
Yeah.
We'll do that another show, the first night, because we do have a segment that is called This Week in the History of Our Relationship.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not talking about that this episode.
We won't.
All right, it's time to move on to our next topic. Weekly highs and lows.
Oh, boy.
We did something pretty damn fun for our weekly high. If you're viewing this, right now we're looking at a picture of our buffet. We did something called Sunday Bloody Mary Sunday. Be there. Get bloody with us is what we did. We invited a bunch of friends because every time we go to Vegas, what do you like to get?
Bloody Marys first thing in the morning.
But not just a Bloody Mary. You like the ones that have the skewer with what on it?
Everything, all the food, burgers, good peppers, quesadillas.
Spearmint Rhino chick. No, kidding. But yeah, it's like a whole meal.
And I can never find one until a few weeks ago. We finally found it.
The pub in Las Vegas. Maybe we could do a live broadcast from there. It's in that mall by Cosmo and
Crystal Mall or something
Aria
like that.
and Cosmo. It's right in there. It's called the Pub. They got a great one. And we said, you know what? We want to do something with our friends. So our weekly high was definitely Sunday, Bloody Mary Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
We invited everybody to the house, and if you look up on there, you can see how many people we had if you're watching this. We let everybody make their own Bloody Marys. And what were some of the items that you cooked up for us?
So we did pastrami sandwiches, buffalo chicken, regular chicken, orange chicken, shrimp.
Tater tots.
Tater tots, quesadilla.
And what'd you do with the tater tots that was very unhealthy?
Oh, I deep fried them in the bacon grease.
The bacon grease,
Shame
baby.
on me. I never do that either.
But it's not going to be a healthy day when you're doing Sunday, Bloody Mary Sunday.
No,
You know, we went for it.
I accepted it.
If you're going to do it, right? You don't try to be semi-healthy. Just go balls to the wall, right?
That's right.
And it was a great one. A lot of great friends. Wouldn't that be cool to one day do a 50 and fuck Jimbo and Jackie Sunday, Bloody Mary Sunday on location somewhere?
Oh, that'd be cool.
We got friends at casinos.
Yes,
maybe
we
that'd be
do.
the way to do it.
Yes,
Let's
we
make
do.
that happen. Anybody back there in that sound booth, make a phone call. All right? Let's make this show really soar, baby. So, and it started, we did like a Facebook invite to our friends.
Yeah.
And we said 10:30 to 2:30.
You never put a time frame on anything.
I know, but I don't like people at our house.
You don't?
I don't. It's especially a lot of people. So that's why I wanted it just to be 10:30 to 2:30.
You're so funny.
I like all our friends.
And
but
how long did it last?
I think it's still going on. No, didn't it go to it was like 10:30 to 10:30?
10:30, the last people left.
Yeah, and we had how many? We had cooks, but we had
the really big bottles.
the Costco size one, which is
Yes.
like 3 times these. And he bought a bushel of tube socks with it or something.
6 bottles
6 bottles.
we went through.
Plus a lot of beer.
Yep.
Plus a lot of whiskey.
We made 2 beer runs that day. Yes.
Man. But, yeah, I'm not a big fan of people at our house. I love all our friends. Everybody there I loved. But I love them more at their house or somewhere else.
I do too.
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks being the host. Because how long did it take you to clean the kitchen today?
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Between my daughter and I.
Yeah.
Taterbug.
A Taterbug.
Yeah.
Don't listen to this show, Taterbug.
Yes,
Tell all your
don't.
friends, but you don't listen to this, especially when we talk about this week in the history of our relationship. Will be in our next segment. But our weekly low, what would it have to be?
Yard sale from hell.
Yard sales.
I
suck.
hate it. I hadn't had one in probably 20 years.
But we're 50 and fucked. We needed to make
yes,
some coin.
yes.
Yeah, we were hoping to make bank.
At least $250 I was hoping
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, come on. At least enough to pay the damn electric bill.
I keep taking so much stuff to Goodwill, I'm thinking maybe I could sell some of this stuff.
And survey
need
said
to do-
what?
$18.
$18 make you holla. Hey. Yeah, Mad Bank. $18.
sucked. And then what did we do with the rest of the stuff when you got home?
We brought it down to Goodwill because we're not putting it back in the garage.
Nope.
Basically. So Goodwill's going to make more money than we did at our yard sale.
100% profit they're going to make.
Well, good.
Right.
It's a good cause, isn't it? Doesn't
Yes.
Goodwill do good things?
I don't know.
I don't know what they do. We need to read more.
I think he's a millionaire.
Goodwill? You think that's his name? Are you thinking of Goodwill Smith? What are you thinking of?
Hey, Eric, the neighbor, came up and he was telling me that, hey, that guy makes 100% because you give it to him for free.
Yeah.
He sells it, makes 100% profit.
Mr. Goodwill?
That's right. And I told him, I said, Eric, maybe that's what we need to do. Start a great will.
A better will.
A better will.
Yeah. You want Goodwill or you want a better will?
We'll grease it and everything.
$18.
$18 we made.
And it was kind of sad because the one thing that somebody wanted to buy
Yes.
was my drum set in the garage.
Oh, yeah. They wanted to keep going into the garage.
Yeah, it's like it says yard sale, people. Quit wandering into the garage. I know. Did you want the? Were you hoping
drum
I
set
would?
gone.
Were,
Yeah.
were you hoping I would have sold it?
Yeah. It's like $50. It's yours.
No. Because I try to play the Skins. I play CDs out of tune. I got no musical talent whatsoever.
You do, baby.
A little bit. You can sing. I have fun on karaoke, but I cannot sing at all. You're gonna have to be the one that comes up with a theme song. I'm a good writer.
You've got all the stage presence.
There you
though.
go. I'm a front man. I need to be in a punk band since I
Yeah,
can't
you do.
sing. Just be a front man. And speaking of, we had a field trip this weekend.
That was a lot of fun.
We're going to visit that as well as other things like this week in the history of our relationship. You are listening to the very first ever, the pilot episode of
50 and Fucked.
with Jimbo and Jackie. We're going to take a little break right now, but that's coming up next.
Woohoo.
And guess what?
We're back.
We're back, baby. That's right.
We didn't get fired yet?
Not yet. We're still on episode 1, the podcast of
50 and Fucked.
with Jimbo.
And Jackie.
That's right. Nice. Good way to hold that one out.
We'll get it down.
Yeah, we'll get a theme song. We're here at Reamp Studios. We got some equipment. We can make things happen and stuff. But one segment we're going to do on this podcast is called Field Trip with Jimbo and Jackie.
I used to love field trips.
I know, isn't that the best? You
It
know
was
what?
so much fun.
What did you like about field trips?
Just getting away from school.
Getting out of school. And I remember you got to pack that brown bag lunch. Mom and Dad gave you a bigger lunch. Did they give you a bigger lunch when you went on field trip?
Yep.
Plus, you know what I got?
What?
I got a can of pop.
Oh, boy.
I got a can of pop for lunch when I went on field trips. And to keep it cold, my mama, God rest her soul, would wrap it up in tinfoil. Because we didn't have coolers really then. It was a brown paper bag on the field trip.
Looking back, I was always glad, I'm glad my parents aren't coming.
Ah.
But now looking back, you think, I wish they would have went.
Chaperone? Oh, yeah. No, did you? No,
You're
you
so happy they didn't go.
No, hell no. You don't want your parents to be the chaperone on the trip, do you? You say it now.
Well, looking back now.
Yeah, because you're 50 and fucked.
Yeah.
But when you're like 10 or 15 years old, the last thing you want is to see mom and dad. And
Right.
especially in front of all your friends and stuff on the field trip.
Riding on the big yellow bus.
The bus. My favorite thing I grew up in the Midwest, south side of Chicago, and we used to throw snowballs at the school bus. We threw it at cars too.
Jeez.
But the big thing was to throw it at school buses back in the day. Did you ever do that?
No, that's a guy thing, I think, honey.
You're probably right. Because you grew up where?
North Carolina and Missouri.
And you
So
had
both.
snow? Did you have snowball fights?
In Missouri, yes.
Yeah. But you never threw it at vehicles?
No.
Oh, my favorite thing ever was when the activity bus came, it would come late, so it was dark, and we would hide in my backyard.
Yeah.
And the bus stop was like right near our house, so we were able to make like about 100 snowballs.
Jeez.
And as soon as that bus stopped to let the kids off, because the kids always sit in the back of the bus, so the bus driver has to stop, and then the kids in the back of the bus, it takes a while to walk up to the front, and they finally get off. So this bus has stopped, and we would like jump out with all of our snowballs that we made. Pow, 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 throwing at the school bus.
I was going to say, not the people.
No. Well, maybe a few. But the goal was to hit the bus as many times as you could.
That's
and
funny.
That leads us into our segment, our field trip with Jimbo and Jackie. We had a good time. Our good friends are in a Scorpions tribute band. Their name is Big City Nights.
Big City Nights.
They were playing at Romano's concert series over there in Riverside. I think we're going to do a broadcast there once.
That'd be great. It's a great venue.
Great venue, great food, and we got to introduce the band.
Yep.
And we got to kind of plug our podcast.
Yes, we did.
So this week's Jimbo and Jackie field trip, it was off to Romano's in Riverside. Why don't you hit that? We got a producer, Ashton. Hit that video, please. Coming up on stage. Look at the gorgeous Jackie on stage. Here we go.
Have you guys heard any good radio lately?
Oh, man.
This is my gorgeous bride.
Crowd going wild.
What's awesome, we want to tell you guys something really, really cool that we're going to hopefully be launching in a month, right? What are we going to be launching, baby?
Our new podcast.
What's our podcast called?
50 and Fun.
And we're going to do some live stuff with these guys. Do you guys know, are you ready for your next band? Are you ready for a big city night in Riverside?
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready for Romano's roof to blow the fuck up tonight?
Oh, cuss. He's a
Give it
cusser.
up for
Big City Night!
You look awesome on stage, Mama.
Thank you, beautiful.
Look how big that mic stand was. The lead singer is like twice my height. I feel like Billy Barty or Gary Coleman next to this girl. Shannon does a real mean. You can end that right now. Thank you. Good job. That was awesome having a producer. You look great on stage, gorgeous.
Oh, Lord.
I was having a good hair day.
Thank you, beautiful.
It was fun to be at Romano's, and that is one thing I do miss being on the radio station, is the fact you get to go to all these concerts and introduce bands to the stage.
And they still want you to do it.
They
You're
still
not
do.
even on the radio.
And that was the very first place that we announced that we were having a podcast called what?
50 and Fun.
Yeah, right there at Romano's in Riverside. And we got to bring the band on. Doesn't it feel good to bring a band on?
Oh, yeah, it's awesome, especially when they're a great band like that.
The energy.
We love Shannon.
It's awesome. The guys did great,
Yeah.
man. Big City Night. Shout out, Romano's. Thank you.
Yep.
That one's free. Feel free to have me out and sponsor this podcast and whatnot. But also, we got to sing with the band
Yes, we did.
a little bit. What was the name of the song? Do you remember?
Well, Big City Nights.
That was the name of the band, and there is a song by the Scorpions
And
called
that-
Big City Nights.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. No, you did good. I was just explaining to our podcast.
Oh.
Did you think you were in trouble or something?
Yes.
You're like, what did I mess up? No, you did great.
But Daddy didn't sing Big City Nights. What did you sing?
I sang Big Titty Nights. And I think we have a little bit audio of that from our field trip at Romano's with the band Big City Nights. Go ahead. Can we hit that, Producer Ashton? You kept wanting to say city. Man, I wish I had talent.
I wish I had titties.
What'd you say?
I wish I had big titties.
She sounds great.
Yeah, she does.
It's fun saying titty. That's a fun word. One more time. I got second base with Jackson. There it is. You can bring it down, Producer Ashton. That was fun, wasn't it?
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. You see how I moved away from the mic because I wanted you to be able to, because you can sing.
Ah.
You should have that mic stand all the time. Let me hear you sing Big Titty Nights.
Do you want me to say titty?
Hell yeah, dude. Why wouldn't I?
Big titty nights.
That's how we like them.
Remember the first time I ever said titty in front of your kids? You looked at me all weird.
Yeah. Boing, swing. They got her sitting down on the table.
They were being little snots in the truck, and I'm like, don't be titty babies. And you about lost it. You're like,
what are you saying to my kids? Because how old were they? They were like 5 and 3.
Titty babies. Don't be titty babies.
Yeah, well, I couldn't say that on the radio,
well,
so I think that's why I got a little bit shocked. And we can say it on our podcast, which is kind of cool.
That's kind of cool.
Titties.
Titty.
It's fun to say.
Itty bitty titty committee.
When you were growing up, like before you got boobies, how old were you when you got boobies?
Did I get them yet?
Yes, you did, you gorgeous thing.
Probably, I don't know, 15.
15?
Probably.
When they sprouted?
Yeah, they sprouted.
Can we ask you what size you are? Just so the audience, for the audience.
Victoria's Secret size or my real size?
Go Victoria's Secret size, because that's what you got to buy.
34 double D.
Crazy ass.
32B.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. You know what's my favorite size?
I know.
The one that's in my face, baby. 32Bs. My wife is the most awesome wingman when it comes to a strip club. You got to go to a strip club with your chick. I never get these guys who, it's because they're not with who they want to be with. If you're with the chick that you really want to be with, you take them to the strip club because it's so much better going to the club with your chick. Because do you know what you do that I love so much when we go to the strip club together?
I always want to know what size. I always want to feel them and see what size they are.
Yeah.
Because I want some.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you want to, but what's cool is like even when the girls are on stage, they come over and what's your approach to get because most guys we can't touch. We're not supposed to touch.
Right.
And what do you say to the dancer, the romancer, the prancer, the stripper? Yeah, baby. What do you say to them to get to feel them up on stage?
I'm thinking about getting boobies. Can I just feel them and see what they feel like, see what size they are?
See, I can't say that. You say that. Have you ever had? I've never seen anybody say no.
Oh, they've never said no. And then I always go home, and then Jim and I talk about it later on.
Yeah. That's a superpower, though, to be able to ask to feel a girl's boob, and they say, okay. You know how many guys wish that we could just walk up and say, you know, my wife is thinking about getting a breast implant, and I was just doing some research, and I was just curious if I could feel you up.
Please don't ever do that. Don't ever have that look when you do it.
But then the best part is, okay, after the girl feels them up, what do you say to them when we're at the strip club?
Or I feel them up.
Yeah, after you ask them, you told us your approach.
Yes.
You get to squeeze them.
Yes.
Now, when you squeeze, do you like to juggle?
No, I don't juggle.
You just do like that.
I just kind of squeeze.
Squeeze.
And then I say, can my husband feel them to see if they feel okay too?
Is that a wingman or what? That is an awesome wingman.
You're
right
welcome.
There. Wing woman, I should say. So I love going to the strip clubs with you.
And usually, sometimes they do let you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't remember ever getting turned down after you said that.
Oh, maybe not.
Your approach is solid, girl. You got it going on.
Thank you, beautiful.
Okay, that wraps up our field trip portion of the 50 and Fucked with Jimbo and Jackie. Here's a segment we're going to do every week. It's called This Week in the History of Jimbo and Jackie's Relationship.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Thank God for Facebook memories. We keep track of them.
That does help. That does help a lot. But it was this week, 3 years ago. Nice. Good setup. We went where on another field trip, actually.
Oh, well, we didn't share it on Facebook, but you reminded me.
Yes, because it was 3 years ago, because I was going through my phone and I found some pictures we took that weren't very social media
friendly.
Where did we go?
Pahrump.
Why would we go to Pahrump, Jackie?
Pahrump, bum, 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 bum.
Pahrump, bum, bum, bum. Spanking that rump. Rump, rump, rump. Pahrump. Pahrump. What a name. It's a perfect name. If you don't know where Pahrump is, it's in
my
Nevada.
favorite state, Nevada.
Nevada.
And I'm licensed there now, so we could go back and write it off.
Agent, yeah. What did we do in Pahrump 3 years ago in the history of Jimbo and Jackie's relationship?
I think it was called Sherry's Ranch.
Yes.
Is that what it was?
Let me look at my notes, because I didn't want to forget that. It had a fancy name. It was called the Resort and Spa at Sherry's Ranch.
And the spa part got me, because we looked it up online. It's like, oh my gosh, they have a bar and a spa?
Yeah.
And the rooms look nice.
The rooms look very nice, and they had a bathtub in the middle of the room.
And I agreed to go with you.
I think we should do a podcast show at the Resort and Spa.
I don't know if they'd be studying that.
At Sherry's Ranch in Pahrump. Pahrump-a-bum-bum, rump-a-bum-bum, rump-a-bum-bum. And why would we go there, Jackie? We were hopped up on testosterone, weren't we?
Oh, my gosh. So so you were doing commercials for 911 BioCare, and they were giving us free testosterone, IV bags.
They like us. I don't think you have to edit that out.
They love us. They love us.
Just for the record, that may be a future sponsor, too, because
yes.
this story is going to make you want to go to their shop to get some testosterone, because that's what happens when you get 15 fucked. You start to lose testosterone.
Oh, exactly. So it was great. So we go up there.
Why?
Well, I always tease Jim. It's like, we need a sister wife.
Yeah, she always does.
Jim keeps me busy.
So you wanted like a tag team partner.
Just wanted to go check it out.
Check it out, and we did go check it out.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, we first get up there, and it was early.
Yeah, daytime.
It was afternoon, so it wasn't the party scene yet. And we were both nervous.
Yeah.
Because we were looking for that sister wife.
Sort of.
Yeah. Did you really hope it happened?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit, just to kind of check it out.
So we check into our room, which was very nice.
Well, we didn't check in at first.
Oh, we didn't check in at first. What happened?
Well, we pull up, and it's like, I don't know. It looks cool, but I don't know. Why is there barbed wire around it? Like electric fence or something.
Yeah, the ranch and spa of Sherry's. The resort and spa of Sherry's Ranch shouldn't have barbed wire on it. There should be no boundaries.
Yeah. So I told Jim, I said, before we check in, I said, well, it says they have a sports bar and the girls are just kind of mingling around. Let's just go in and have a drink at first.
So we walk in, and what? What was the feeling you got?
It was creepy.
It was creepy.
A little bit creepy.
It was nice. I mean, as far as like the facility.
Yeah.
It wasn't dirty.
No, it wasn't dirty.
But you felt dirty. You felt wrong. You felt 50 and fucked. You felt like you made a wrong decision in your life. Why the hell did I take my husband up to Pahrump?
So we go in and we sit at the bar, and I was like, maybe we'll just get a little food. We sit there, and no one comes up.
Because that's what they're known for. I read Sherry's Ranch Yelp review. And
what's that sports bar?
Yeah, besides the ass, try the chicken fingers.
So we sit there for a minute, and all of a sudden, this older woman comes up.
Yeah, what'd she say?
She's in a long, flowing kind of evening attire.
She looked like she came from the set of Dynasty, if you remember that 70s TV show.
Yeah.
And what she said, you could tell that she's been around the block.
Yes. And so she's like, can I help you? I was like, oh, we're just kind of checking things out. We're going to have a drink and some food.
We heard about the chicken fingers here at Sherry's Ranch. We're really craving chicken fingers.
And she's like, well, would you like to sit in one of our booths? I'm like, no, we're okay here. We're the only ones at the bar, and there's a couple of people in booths.
It was awkward as all hell.
Yep. And she says, well, if you'd like to move over to a booth, the patrons might mistake you for one of the girls. And I
Talking to you, obviously.
Talking to me. And I kind of look around, I'm like, well, they're all in bra and panties, and I'm not. So I don't think they're going to mistake me for one of the girls.
But you had to be flattered.
She's trying to make me
I know if I walked in
good.
solo, you'd be the first one I'd pick.
Aw.
Next to the chicken fingers.
He's all
No, I'm
mine,
kidding.
ladies. Back away.
So we had a drink, and we decided to get out for a second. We needed to regroup. We're like, we'll come back when it's darker. So we walked next door to the place that you guys probably have heard of this one called the Chicken Ranch.
Yes.
There's another future podcast adventure.
Yeah.
We walk over there,
And you can't just walk in. You got to be run
You got to get buzzed in.
Yes.
Because I want to be able to know what kind of creepos are coming into places like this.
Yeah.
You're probably the best-looking woman that ever walked up to the Chicken Ranch. They got to be like, well, they're got to be hoping that hopefully she's putting in an
Like,
application.
come on in, join the party.
Yeah. So we go there, and what happens there?
So they did have a bar. We sat down, had a drink.
Of course.
And then they come out. Would you like the girls to line up?
Because when you're picking up whores, you don't want to be sober. You definitely don't want to be stone cold sober when you're picking up whores.
So they're like,
Women of the night. Mattress actresses.
So they're like, would you like to go out into the parlor and have the girls line up in front of you or sit behind you?
The parlor. I like how they call it that. Make it all.
Yeah.
The parlor. Do you want to go down to the dirty bar and pick out a whore? Do you want to go to the parlor and pick up a woman?
So I told Jim,
A
I was
beautiful
like,
flower.
I can't stand in front of them, honey. Just have them sit behind us.
So we order our drinks, and she parades out about 15 girls.
Yep.
15 girls are behind us.
Sitting in chairs.
And then do you remember what she had them do next?
No, I don't.
Each one came up and introduced themselves to
Oh,
us.
yes, one by one.
You want to talk about awkward.
You love awkward situations,
I do.
though. I wanted to choke him the whole time.
It's a great story, though, man. And so they're coming, hi, I'm Penelope in the parlor. Like, how many of those girls, be honest, out of the 15 that came up to us in the parlor at the Chicken Ranch, how many of them did you find attractive?
Maybe, I don't even know if one, to be honest.
It was like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, you felt the same way, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm like, good Lord.
The chicken finger sounded better, to be honest, at the time. So we
leave.
We politely declined the menu
Yep.
at the Chicken Ranch, and we walked back to the place where we're staying, which is way more classier, people.
And I told Jim, I'm like, screw it. Let's at least check into the room. Let's
Yep.
at least check in. It looked nice online.
The resort and spa at Sherry's Ranch in Pahrump. We check in, we go to our room, and enjoy it.
Yes, it was really nice.
Did you and I have sex before? Or we?
Hell yeah.
But I mean, wait, no, wait. I don't want to go too
sorry.
far in the story. Did we just get ready and go because we were saving our chi? Or did me and you knock one out before?
We did.
Because if it were to happen, I want it. Because like a lot of times when you go on a date, a lot of guys will spank it before so they're not too eager.
Shit.
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. A lot of guys will get rid of the first load, so to speak. Friendly fire so we could perform better if things happen.
Wow. Don't ever make that sound again.
Go ahead. Make my day.
But something kind of cool, just so you know, for the year 2019, which I think is the year of the pig. Is that what it is in the Chinese year? It's the year of the pig. I'm trying not to be as much of a pig. I have not spanked it for 2019, believe it or not. Squeal! Squeal! I'm trying to keep my chi, and I'm trying to give you all my love. I don't want to flush any of the love down the toilet.
You can flush a little.
But I'm going to try for the first time since I've been able to. I'm going to shoot for a whole year of not spanking the monkey.
Wow, look at Jimbo.
Which means Jackie gets all the love.
I need a sister wife.
So we go back. We knock it out in the room. We take a shower.
And we were in there for a while, though. We showered. We took a bubble bath.
That's right. We did take a bubble
Yes.
bath. I'm a classy motherfucker.
Excuse me.
Good job.
Yes, we
Yeah.
took a bubble bath.
Because there was a big old bath. There was a big spa bath.
Yes, right beside the bed.
And then we got dialed up for the ladies at the resort and spa of Sherry's Ranch. We both got dressed up like we were going to Vegas.
Yeah.
We were probably the best looking thing to ever walk in. Pahrump.
You friggin' think?
I mean, you add to it, but I think I felt pretty damn sexy.
We looked pretty nice.
We looked hot, so
we had a few drinks.
Hey, baby, let's get some action. So we walk out because if you go to the place, they have. We stayed in one of the suites. I forget what it was.
We have a picture of it, but I don't remember the name of it.
I think
each suite's named something different.
Yeah, we'll have to dig that up sometime. But it's a nice ranch, and they had a nice pool in the middle.
I saw no cattle.
No cattle.
Ranch my ass.
But there's chicken fingers in the sports bar. But so we go back to the sports bar area.
Yes.
And it picked up.
Yes,
there
it
were some
did.
people there.
Yeah.
And there were some other patrons, and it was like some old guys.
Oh, they were old.
You felt bad, didn't you?
They were probably 70 and fucked. Though.
Spending their 70.
Yeah, they weren't 50.
Spending their kids' inheritance by picking up whores. Grandpa, I thought I'd have more money, but no, I spent it on whores. I'm sorry. I would have had a better trust fund for you, but I spent it on whores. Are you having fun or are you
what
sad?
What kind of show is this?
We're trying to figure it out. It's our first one in our pilot, so we'll figure it out. You're listening to 50 and Fucked with Jimbo and Jackie, as you can probably tell at this point. So we get in there.
So we sit in a booth.
It's happening.
Yes.
We're like, you know what? We're primed up. We had a good buzz going on. Because I think it was my great-great-grandma who once told me, don't pick up whores sober. Have a buzz when you pick up whores. I think it was my great-great-grandma. I can't remember who said that. But somebody said that to me, and we kept that wisdom.
Yeah.
And we had a good buzz, and we were in there.
So the lady comes over. We order a drink.
And what'd she say? I like your memory.
And would you like for me to send some of the girls over?
And what'd you say?
Sure.
She said, sure, boys. How cool is that? Here I am.
Bring them on.
I'm thinking, I'm going to hold off on the chicken fingers because I think my wife wants to get a whore.
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
You looking hot tonight?
You remember this like it was yesterday. This is 3 years ago in the history of the Jimbo and Jackie's relationship we're going over right now. So they start sending girls over, and there was a lot of them.
Yeah.
I think though the girls that we were starting to meet were either better looking or we had a buzz going.
One or the other, but they were way too young. They were youngins to me.
Yeah. That kind of threw it off a little bit.
And they didn't have a clue what Jim was talking about. He kept saying the same thing over and over to every chick, and I'm pinching him under the table. I'm like, honey, quit freaking asking them what quarters. Quit it.
Because
we're talking about quarters.
Here's the party, people. This is my go-to. I love the game of quarters.
Yeah.
And obviously, a lot of you people don't know what quarters is, but it's basically you get a cup, and you have people fill it up with booze.
Did you bring quarters?
I thought I had it.
You had them.
I had them. And you bounce it off the table, and if you make it into the cup, you get to pick somebody to drink it. And this started in high school. Did you play this in high school too?
Yes, I did.
Basically, it was just
fucked.
a fun way of getting girls buzzed. And none of the girls, oh, here's a quarter right here. It basically, let's see if I get it on the first try. Here we go. Oh! Holy hell! Holy hell! Did you see that?
I saw it.
We got that on tape, I hope, right? Damn.
You got it.
That's a good sign. This show is going to be going for a long time at Reamp Studios. Sad to say, though, I shot it in my water glass and not my champagne, my Shamsky. So I got to chug water. Or you got to chug it.
I'll
I pick
chug
you.
water.
I pick you. But basically, here's my thing. I wanted to play quarters with a woman of the night in my bride, Jackie. I thought it would be fun to play strip quarters with Jackie and a whore.
Yep.
But none of the girls knew what quarters was. I guess it's a game that has phased out or something. That they do flip cup now and beer pong and stuff like that.
I have no idea what they do, but it ain't that.
But none of them knew what quarters was.
Bummer.
No.
So she keeps bringing them over, and Jim's like, "You got any questions, Mama?" And I'm like, "Mm-mm."
She's not saying nothing. My baby
Jim said he's never seen me quieter.
She is the friendliest, most polite woman on planet Earth, and she has no questions for these ladies of the night that we're trying to set up with for our naked first ever threesome playing quarters.
And Jim just kept saying, I don't want to put my thing in you. We just want to play a little grab ass and play quarters. I'm like, after the sixth...
Wait, I missed it. What did I say?
I don't want to put my thing in you. I just want to play a little grab ass and play quarters.
And I was hoping to have 2 lips on 1 wiener, when it came down to it. Because I did not want to bang them.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to remembering that day a little bit more. But I truly did. I don't care.
Oh, I know. I believe you.
Yeah. But I wouldn't mind if you shared it with a girl and maybe spanked her face with it or something.
Listen here, Lucy.
No, we'll talk later about that. We'll get further into that. We're holding back the story.
So anyway, 12 girls in, and I'm pinching him under the table. Stop talking freaking about quarters. They don't have a clue what you're talking about.
They had no clue, but you weren't talking at all. So I'm trying to make the conversation go. And you finally had a liking for one of them.
Yeah, she was cutie patootie.
She, for those of you who are trying to visualize, we had the fever, and we were excited because the girl we were thinking about choosing to be part of our naked quarters threesome looked like Rihanna. You know Rihanna, the pop singer? Smoking. Booyah! Yeah!
Her boobies were really cute.
Umbrella, Ella, Ella, Ella. That's a song she sings. But she looked hot.
Yeah, she did.
And I found out that my beautiful bride, Jackie, was kind of craving a little dark meat.
You crazy ass.
Well, she was beautiful.
Or he was. One or the other.
My love has no boundaries. You know that.
I know that. Neither does mine.
My beautiful Native American bride over here. And I forgot where I was transitioning to.
So
you talk too.
So before we left, Jim's like, "What should we get out, Mama? A couple $100." I was like, did we take 300 or 500? I think 300 is what we took. Because we had no idea what it would cost just to play a little grab ass.
Yeah, I told you 300, but I brought 500 because I wanted it to happen.
Okay, so we brought $500.
I can't remember her name, and I tried to look her up before we got here. They have a website if you want to check it out. The Ranch and Spa of Sherry's Ranch. The Resort and Spa, Sherry's Ranch in Pahrump.
Yeah, so we had no idea what it cost, anything like that.
No.
We're like, $500, probably a couple $100 at least,
So everything's going good,
Yeah.
and she said, "Would you like to see my room?"
Oh.
And they got it's like an apartment complex for the ladies of the night.
The hallway.
Or a hotel. It was like a hotel.
It's like a hotel. The hallway went on and on.
And we're walking forever.
And I'm thinking, holy crap, how many freaking rooms is in here?
Describe her a little bit to our audience. She was about your height, which is?
5'8".
And she looked like she probably had, what size breasts is this?
Probably 38C.
And she was little in the middle, but had much back.
Yeah. Yes.
She did have a cute.
Yeah, she was cute.
She was working in the right place. Let's just say that.
Yeah, she was like the only one.
It was like Pahrump, rump, 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 rump.
Jeez.
You got a cute tushy. It was almost as cute as yours.
Oh, thank you.
It was a hot one.
You're so sweet.
So she's walking in front of us, leading us to her boudoir.
Showing us all the different rooms that you could have.
Yep.
There was a champagne room.
There was a torture room.
There was
like
a
an S&M
torture
room. Not torture, S&M.
Well, yeah, S&M.
Because they had different role plays you could do too, but we just
Yes.
wanted to go to her boudoir.
And play quarters.
Naked quarters.
Says Jim.
And maybe have 2 girls, 1 wiener.
So we walk in, and the first thing I noticed was her dresser had every sex toy you could ever want in the world.
A ton of them.
And the first thing on my mind is none of this shit's touching me anywhere.
What? It's recycling. Why wouldn't you want to do that?
I'm thinking, whatever.
Yeah. If we're going to use one, That's a good tip for people who are thinking about going to the resort and spa of Sherry's Ranch. If you are into sex toys,
BYOT.
That's it. Bring your own toys. Hey.
Because that's the first thing that was on my mind. None of this shit's touching me.
Yeah. It was pretty impressive. She did have one of everything.
Yeah, she did.
And two of the other stuff.
Yeah.
So we decided that. We both looked at each other and we knew that wasn't happening.
Oh, big time.
So she lays down on her bed while we're standing up, and her titty popped out.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
I knew you would like that.
Did you like her nipples?
They were cute.
Yeah.
Crazy ass.
How big do you remember them? They were bigger than a quarter.
They weren't as well.
They were bigger than that.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think they were like a Susan B. Anthony.
I think you're thinking about the areola.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
The nipple part is just...
Yeah.
I always get
I know what a
confused.
nipple is, beautiful.
Okay. But I'm just...
Nippleopolis.
Nippleopolis. Was that in Norbit?
Yeah.
The strip club is called, let's open up Nippleopolis. That's hilarious. But the areola was like Susan B. Anthony size.
Probably.
And her Nippleopolis was like... it was like an eraser tip-ish, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was an Audi.
Yeah.
It looked like a little Hershey's Kiss. Didn't it? Could you see yourself kissing them? Were you thinking about it?
Are you talking about me?
When you saw her nipple pop out, did you think, I want to kiss it?
No.
What'd you think? Like, oopsie, should I help this girl? You're like going, this is part of the seduction.
I'm thinking I'm not doing anything in this room.
Was that the deal breaker? Was it the sex toys on that?
Oh, it was the sex toys for sure.
You knew, like...
this ain't happening.
You knew it wasn't going to happen.
Oh, no. Well, I really knew when she told us the price.
Oh, my Lord. Wait till you hear this. So it comes to the song and dance part where I'm like, she's like, well, you guys want to party or what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I become like, nervous kid, like trying to ask Dad for the keys or something. Like, yeah, Dad, I was, I'd like to take the car out, and I was hoping to stay out past midnight or something like that. So I'm like going, oh, damn. I'm like going, I said, what? I said, well, here's what we want to do. Just so you know.
He reiterates again.
I said, I don't want to fuck you. Is that what I said?
Yes.
Yeah. And I was just thinking that we could play a little grab ass, play some quarters.
And there goes the quarters again.
Yeah. And, make out with each other and stuff like that. And did we say anything about a blowjob? No. We didn't get to that point.
No.
And she goes, oh, so it was probably understood.
Yes, it was understood.
It was understood. Because I'm an excellent communicator. And I think she knew that I wanted a blowjob from her and you. And did I throw out some money or did she throw it out first? She threw it out first.
We asked her.
We said, how much is it? We just want to party for an hour.
Yeah, party for an hour, play a little grab ass and some quarters, and I'm looking at you with death eyes like, quit saying quarters.
I know. That was a deal breaker. But how much was it going to be for an hour to party with her?
$3,000.
$3,000. And we were floored.
We were totally
like
floored.
Our producer who just fell on the floor right now. Ashton can't believe it. $3,000.
$3,000. I'm thinking, holy crap, we bought 500. We're fucked.
Super duper cereal.
Cereal. Are you cereal?
$3,000.
I'm like thinking, if I had $3,000, I could buy like an old Corvette and try to take you somewhere and play quarters.
I'm thinking $3,000. You're doing it all, baby.
$3,000.
$3,000.
That's how I said, wow. I said, oh. I said, well, we weren't thinking that.
She said, well, what were you thinking?
I said, well, what can this is where you become the bargain guy. I'm like, well, Dad, if I can't have the car the whole night, can I just have it till 11 o'clock? I said, well, what can we get for $500?
And she said, I'll take you back out to the room and introduce you to some of the other girls.
So we're like, okay, let's do that.
It wasn't happening.
Oh, my God. $3,000.
Yes.
And I'm like thinking, they get that? They must get it, or did we look like... And this is where you're kind of messed up in your head sometimes, is I'm like thinking, this has to be kind of a treat for her. I'm bringing you a beautiful woman I'm moderately attractive. I'm thinking she's going to pay us. That's where my
You did think that.
That's where my ego's at, that I thought we would get like maybe a cute couple discount.
And my ego was like, okay, we're out.
Yeah. She's like, no, this ain't
We
happening.
ain't getting nothing.
So we go up there, and it's over.
We go back to the other place. Was what we did.
So no three-way quarter play there. So we walk over to the chicken ranch
Go back
again,
to Chicken Ranch.
and we're thinking, hopefully they got coupons and good chicken fingers. Because we were devastated. I mean, like, not devastated, floored that it was $3,000.
I couldn't believe it.
So we walked next door.
Yes.
Figure, okay, maybe Chicken Ranch maybe has a
Two
cute
for
couple
one.
discount. And what did we find out there?
So we go back, and there was two of the same girls that were in the lineup before. They come out. We're just at the bar having a drink.
And
so
she
they
had
come
big
in-
ones.
Yep,
You picked the one with the big titties.
I did. And she's
Big
like,
titty nights. That's how Jackie likes them. You sing it now.
my love has no boundaries.
Sing big titty.
Oh, big titty nights.
At the Chicken Ranch now.
So she comes out, asks us if we want to go to her bedroom.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, shit, we're in deep now. Let's just go check it out, honey.
Man, I've heard that so many times. But yes, we go back to her bedroom.
Yep.
And what happens? She lays down too. She
Yeah,
sits on
she
the bed.
lays down too.
They try to get the party started quick.
Oh, yeah.
And what'd she say?
And, well, we said, how much? And she said, $3,000.
We're like, do you get that? And she goes, yeah. I said, I put my hand out. I said, good for you.
Good for you.
I'm like, you ain't getting it from me, but you know what? Good for you. I can't believe you get $3,000 from people to do things besides play quarters,
Right?
probably.
And do you remember what I said?
Yep.
Are you hiring?
Are you hiring?
Thinking, shit, $3,000 for an hour? Count
Yes.
me in.
$3,000. So it didn't happen.
So we went back to our room.
Yes.
And we made love again.
There we go. We were 50 and love-making machines.
And the next morning,
The next morning, we go to leave,
we're checking out.
and two of the girls,
Yep.
one of them being one of the girls that brought us to the room and said $3,000
Yes.
is sunbathing topless boys.
And the pool was beautiful. Had a water fountain.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
And we got our luggage on wheels. We're like walking by, and I see the two topless girls, and they look over at us, and I'm like, bye.
I couldn't have walked quicker pulling the luggage in my whole life. I'm like, I'm out.
What do you think those two girls were saying about us as we're walking out?
Bless their hearts.
I'm thinking more like those cheap motherfuckers.
Bless their hearts.
They wanted my ass for less than $3,000. They thought for $500 I was gonna give them the cute couple discount.
I pity the fool.
I tell you what.
And then what happened all the way home from Pahrump? All the way to what? Baker.
I was driving, and my baby was doing probably what that chick does for $3,000. The ride home was better than what we had inside the room. Oh, man. That's what happened 3 years ago in the history of Jimbo and Jackie's relationship. We got more coming up next. Stay with us.
Bye-bye.
The crowd goes wild. Boo! We're back. What a fun story. Do you think we'll ever tell that story to our grandchildren?
Probably not.
You are listening to the podcast, the first episode. And right now we're doing our weekly segment called Jackie's Southern Saying.
Oh, boy.
Where are you from, girl? Tell our audience where you're from again.
North Carolina.
And I'm a Southside Chicago, and so some of these sayings crack me up. Different verbiage, different Southern sayings, different choices of words. What is today's Jackie's Southern saying?
Today's Southern saying, actually word, is bush.
Bush.
My mom got the bush.
Like she's got a tree, or she's got a bush, like she didn't ladyscape? Bush. What do you mean, bush?
You got to take a poop.
Bush?
Bush.
bush and poop is the same?
And I remember back when I was a kid, you'd hear an older person say, honey, there a bush all in their britches.
Bushed in your britches.
Bush.
I have never, ever heard that before in my life.
My mom got the bush.
That sounds creepy.
Can you imagine if I said that to you?
I know.
Where you going, Mama? I'm got the bush.
Now, what do they call it that? Because saying poop is crass or something? Or
Honey, there is no explanation. I could not tell you.
and bush.
That's just what it is.
Bush equals poo-poo.
Bush equals poo-poo.
Now, do you still say it? Because I haven't heard you really say it. Do you say
No, I just remember it.
Yeah, the bush.
No, not the bush.
Oh.
I'm got the bush.
Say it again.
I'm got the bush.
I want you to start using that around the house.
No.
Why not?
Maybe I'll say when the kids go, who bushed in the bathroom?
I wonder where that came from.
I don't know.
Because if I had a bush coming out of my butt, that'd be sad. Well, I got a hairy ass, but a bush out of your butt, like it doesn't even look like a bush, does it?
No.
Does yours ever look like a bush?
No.
Like, why do they call it a bush?
I don't know, beautiful.
It's just the
I'm
Southern
just
saying.
telling you the word.
All right, well, that's Jackie's
That's
Southern.
the word of the week.
Use it in a sentence today, people. Take a bush. I mean, I like taking a bush, but I've never, ever heard of taking a bush.
I know.
And that's how it's used.
And the other one was hockey. I'm got the hockey.
Like hockey, like the game hockey?
Like the game hockey.
And that means you got a bush.
Poop.
You got to poop.
Yeah.
Now, why would they do that?
I don't know.
Because hockey wasn't even popular in the South.
I don't know.
Maybe they think it's a shitty game. I got a hockey. All right, use it today. That's Jackie's Southern saying of the week as we move on to our next segment. It's time to get in touch with our inner child.
Aww.
That's right. When you're 50 and fucked like Jimbo and Jackie, a lot of the time is spent on the old rocking chair and thinking about yesteryear. So, Jackie, what's your getting in touch with your inner child? What's your one of your memories from being a child when you used to get bushed? Or you push out a bush or whatever.
Wow.
Okay, we moved on. We're not doing the bush, but it's stuck in my head now.
I'm sorry.
And I'm glad it's not stuck on my foot. But anyway, all right. Tell us a childhood memory, Jackie.
One of my favorite childhood memories.
As we go back. Thank you, Ashton.
Yes.
That's our producer who makes those wonderful sound effects.
One of my favorite childhood memories when I would be at my grandparents' house, one of my cousins' used to come over. We're not related, but she's my first cousin's first cousin.
Right.
And I always loved Joanne. Her name was Joanne.
Yeah, it's a nice name.
And she was a little bit older than me.
Okay.
So I'm 53. I think she probably just turned 62, 63.
Oh, okay.
So
that
about
much
10
older.
years, right? And I remember about being 3 or 4 years old. And she would always come over, and she just always had the biggest smile on her face, always laughing and grinning.
Yeah.
And I remember one day we were standing by the hog pen at my grandparents' house.
The what pen?
The hog pen.
The hog pen.
Yes.
Okay.
And we were feeding the hogs. We gave them some slop.
Yeah.
And
so you can take a bush?
And I remember they came up and they went...
That's what pigs do.
And I remember Joanne looked at me and said, honey, they're ashamed of me. And I thought it was so funny.
They're ashamed of her, the pigs?
Yeah, by the sound that when they would make that sound, she'd say,
Yeah.
honey, they're ashamed of me. And she would laugh. And I thought it was so funny and got so tickled.
Yeah.
Well, years later, as an adult, I lost my track of
That's all right.
thought.
No. Years later, so
years later, I realized she has special needs. And I didn't know that back then. I just thought she was joyful and happy and funny. And she still is till this day.
Awesome.
And so I bring you home 3 or 4 years ago to meet her for the first time.
The friendliest, nicest person ever.
Sweet, sweetheart.
Yeah.
In all these years.
She makes Jackie look like Suge Knight. She's like super duper sweet.
Joanne's so sweet.
I love Joanne.
Yeah, and so I tell Jim, I said, honey, you've got to meet Joanne. I said, you've got to meet her, because I told Jim about her for years.
Yeah, and she told me the pig story where they were embarrassed.
Yeah. And so we get to her house, and she does this thing when she sees you. She's excited, and she does her hand. She's like, "Hey, Jackie." And so we go inside, and I said, "Joanne," I said, "this is my husband, Jimbo." She's like, "Hey, Jimbo."
Like, hi, Joanne.
And she's sitting there, and she's grinning, and we're all talking, and she says, "Jackie, how old is he?"
And how old was that?
You were 48, I believe.
Uh-huh.
And she said, "How old are you?" I said, "I'm 50, Mama." She said, "Who's the oldest?" And it was just so sweet.
Yeah, it's so pure and innocent.
Yes, and I said, "Honey, me," I said, "but I don't look like it, do I?" And she goes, "Nope."
Nope. That's awesome.
So she's one of my favorite memories from my childhood, Joanne.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Mine right now, getting in touch with my inner child. It's about that time. I don't even know when we're airing this, but we're recording this around St. Patrick's Day. I don't know, does that matter or not? It does not matter. So we keep going on. And my dad loves St. Patrick's Day. I'm Irish, and he just loves St. Patrick's Day. And every morning on St. Patrick's Day, we'd wake up, and my dad would have these glasses that were orange juice glasses.
Yes.
And we would come up to him, and we're like, "Happy St. Patrick's Day, Pops." And he's like, "Happy St. Patrick's Day. Let's see if they came." So my dad would pour the orange juice into the glass, and the orange juice would turn green on St. Patrick's Day.
Wow.
Go, "Oh, praise me God, it looked like the little people were here." And forever, it was the coolest memory and the best way to start St. Patrick's Day, because as a kid, to see that go from orange to green, it took me years before I realized he would just put food coloring in the glass in the morning before we got out of bed, and it would magically turn green.
We got to do that for your kids, honey.
Let's do it. Our kids.
That's a family. Yes, our kids.
How many do we have together?
7.
We don't have none together.
Oh.
We're in our third marriage. Jackie's got 4. I got 3. But yes, they are our children.
Yes.
And it's funny, like people ask you, which one's your favorite? And I said, you know what? It changes all the time.
It does change.
Because when you got more than 2 kids, it's, I like to say it's kind of like the college football ranking system. Some days in the polls, your team's higher or your kid's higher, and there's always the lowest one. And you know which kid is always your favorite, and you know which kid is on your shit list too, don't you? I won't ask you to do it.
Don't. That's another show.
That's another show of our kids' college ranking system. But anybody out there who's got more than 2 kids, you know that one's always, they could be tied. There could be 2 number ones sometimes.
Ties.
But you definitely know which kid's your favorite during certain times of the year.
Yep.
That's our Getting in Touch with Our Inner Child segment. And I know Jackie's excited about this one because we kind of got, not official, but an unofficial sponsor for this. Yes. It is time for us to do Burp Wars. Nothing but Burp Wars.
I've been waiting for this part.
She loves it.
Forever.
We're going to be doing a burp war to see who can burp the loudest right now between Jimbo
and Jackie.
That's right. We're 50 and fucked, and we got no class. We got no crass. No, we're just having fun.
Yes.
That's what we're.
Oh, that was a good one, dude.
The bar has been set. Man, producer Ashton nailed it on that one. But here's what's going to happen. We have something kind of cool. I recommend this to a lot of people. It's called the Shambong. Shambong. And our good friends John and Kim from Cloud9 Medical Spa were the ones that got us this for our first show, episode 1, the pilot.
Wow.
Of 50 and Fucked with Jimbo and Jackie. We're going to shambong and have a little burp war right here.
All right, baby.
Where do you see this thing?
I think I got you in this.
These are so fun. Be honest, my money's on you. Look at this bad boy. Shambong. You fill it up. It's a champagne glass. In case you're not watching, it's a champagne glass. And instead of the stem, it's got a tube that curves up. So it looks like a pipe almost.
You said tube.
Tube. I'm excited about the Shambong. And we're going to take our bottle of Dom Perignon. No, we got Cooks. It's the first episode. We haven't made any money at this yet.
Yep.
Do you want me to pour it for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
What's going to happen is Jackie's going to do a shambong of pretend Dom Perignon, and she's going to let out a burp because it gets you ghastly, doesn't it?
It does. Beautiful.
And just for the record, Jackie and I don't fart in front of each other, but we love
No,
burping.
we never have.
We love, accidentally. The bar is being set by producer Ashton. Jackson, go ahead and pound it.
Are we ready?
Do it. Shambong. Shambong. Shambong, bong, 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 bong. Nice. Wait for it. I think you got a little pancreas on the mic.
That was 3.
That's all right. All right, that's Jackie's entry into our first official Burp Wars. As I load up the shambong brought to you by Cloud9 Medical Spa in Redlands. Are you wrinkly? Well, they'll fix you up, you fucker. I don't know if they'll like that plug, but it's a podcast. You're supposed to do that, right? Oh, that was
just a little more.
Jackie had a little extra. All right. Now, producer Ashton, you're the judge on this because you are the unbiased party, even though I know you're probably more particular to Jackie than me. But here we go. Let me shambong mine. Here we go. Wait for it. Weak.
Do we have more?
We got a little bit more. You want to split it and try again?
Sure.
Producer Ashton, you don't even have to say who won. We know who won that one. We're going to do another little mini one since we got a little champagne left. Brought to you by Cloud9. Unwrinklifying people as we speak. Here we go. Chug, chug. There it goes. Shambong. Oh. It's fun, ain't it? Release bad air out. All right, this is the last of it. Let me see. I'm getting a little lightheaded. Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't eaten.
Uh-oh. Really? Were you too nervous for our first show?
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Wow.
Burp Wars, nothing but Burp Wars. There I go.
Do it. Do it.
Let it brew. I want to thank Jay Riley's for the whiskey that we're enjoying, too.
It was delicious.
A Shamsky. Put a shot of whiskey
Shamsky.
in with your champagne. I got nothing. I hate to admit it.
You don't?
It's not coming.
I was going to try and do
You
it
gonna
for
force
you.
it? How funny would it be if you tooted by accident?
50 and fucked.
That'll be another topic, yep. Oh, yeah. Now I got nothing.
You don't?
So I think the first winner of the Burp Wars, Episode 1, the pilot edition, goes to Jackie.
Thank you very much.
Yes! Yes!
I
Spartacus! It almost says like 300 Club right there. Which leads us right into our next segment, Fast Food Confessional.
Oh, boy.
My weekly confessional, my beautiful bride and I, being 50 and fucked, we try to eat right,
Yep.
work out when we can. It's been a while.
Husband loves fast food.
That was better.
Oh, there you go, baby. That
You
was
still
a good
won, though.
one.
You still won. That was after the game. But it's like scoring a touchdown after the defense left the field. But we try to eat good.
Yes.
We try to be as 50 and unfucked as possible when it comes to working out. I mean, it sucks.
But you do love fast food. I'm not a big fan.
I love it.
I know you do.
What's my favorite place?
McDonald's.
It is one of the ones. I don't know if we got to edit that out or if we got to do
Oh.
that. But anyways, a lot of people, a lot of guys, they when their wife is gone, they'll go to the strip club. When my wife isn't around, I go to fast food places. This week, did I do anything? Are you curious?
Did you do fast food this week? It's only Monday.
I cheated on you. I went to a fast food place. My wife makes some great food. You saw the Sunday, Bloody Sunday stuff. But
well, I'm the ground turkey queen, if you want to call that great food.
It tastes really good. We're trying to be healthy. But I did go fast food Nanya when you weren't looking.
Wow. So you had lunch today?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had a McRib.
Wow. Oh, and those suck.
No, they don't.
Sort of.
No. I cheated on you with the McRib. I was McRib for my pleasure. And I apologize.
Wow.
And I promise to have a healthy dinner with you because I don't want to be 50, fucked, and fat.
Did you have fries too and a drink?
Truth shall set you free.
Yes. That's what I'm hoping. If you say it on a podcast, it absolves me, right?
Yes.
You forgive? Because I do try. But I had a McRib, a large fry, but a water.
Large fry too?
Large fry too.
You should have just went ahead and got a Coke.
I know. Okay, I did. I lied about the water. I just wanted to see if you would okay the Coke. You can't wash a McRib down with water.
Come on.
I know. I'm not proud of myself, but I'm coming clean in the fast food confessional because I love you so much. But sometimes eating healthy sucks.
Oh, it's good for us, beautiful.
I know it is, and I try so often, but I have moments of weakness.
I fried tater tots and bacon grease yesterday for you. That wasn't
Sunday,
enough?
Bloody Mary Sunday. No, it wasn't. I think it just primed the pump. It made me want more fast food.
Can't win for losing.
I know. I apologize. You still love me?
I do.
Will you still take me to Pahrump?
Yes.
All right.
We need to go back.
We need to go back. We need to do a show.
We need to do it again now that we're 50 and 5.
All right.
That'd be hilarious.
All right. Coming up next, it's He Said, She Said. What the hell's that? You don't know because it's the first show, first time we ever did it.
We don't know.
Yep. We'll tell you right after this break. And we're back in black. How you doing? It's Jimbo.
And Jackie.
And we're 50 and fucked. That's right.
Yep.
You're listening to the Fict.
The fifth.
Wow. I plead the fifth. I plead the 50th and fucked. It's the 50 and fucked podcast, episode 1, the pilot episode. And our next segment is either going to be really funny
Or really stupid.
or really stupid because the segment's called He Said, She Said. And what we're going to do, it's a word association game. If you are watching this, you can see we took all of our friends from our Sunday, Bloody Sunday party that we
like
had.
The first half of them.
The first half. We
There's
were at
like
our
30
house.
people there.
Yep, that was like the first part of it. And sad to say, I cut Cherie's head off when I took the picture,
Oh, bless
if you're
her
watching.
heart.
But what we told our friends who have been very supportive of us from the very beginning,
Absolutely.
from the radio station, through my divorce, through trying to figure out what the fuck am I going to do, because I had a year off and stuff from being on the radio.
And look at us, still thriving. Beautiful.
And look at us at Reamp Studios with our first ever podcast. So what we're going to do is we were at our party, and everybody was drinking, enjoying some Bloody Marys and beers and shambongs and stuff like that.
Whiskey.
We asked them to write a word down and on a piece of paper, and we put it in our fishbowl.
Yeah.
And Jackie is going to pull out the names, or not the names, going to pull out a word that they wrote down. So this segment's going to be really good, or our friends are big fucking assholes is when it comes down to it.
You want me to pull it and you read
Oh, wait.
it?
Wait. Pull that. Pull
Uh-huh.
this and it plays Jingle Bells.
You pull this.
You pull it harder. And then spit on it.
Wow.
Anyways, no. He said, she said, it came up in our jacuzzi.
Yes.
We decided to try this segment on our podcast because we thought it was funny. Like, how different is it? Like, a girl always thinks something different than a guy, it seems.
Yeah.
When you think the same thing, it's magical. But usually when you hear a word, the girl thinks one thing and the guy thinks the other. So we're doing he said, she said. We were in the jacuzzi. Brainstorming for this podcast.
Yep.
And we did this because we were just goofing off, and you came up with what word for us to say. What would you think about when you heard this word?
And I said Willie.
And what did you think of?
And I said Free Willie.
And I said suck my. Is what I was thinking.
Wow.
So this idea came up in the jacuzzi. Let's see if it's fun. Our friends wrote the words. Jackie pulled a word from one of our friends, and you're going to read it.
It says nothing.
And they got a blank. The first one is a blank, everybody. Damn.
Drunk asses.
Drunk asses, man. Jeez, that's our friends. That's our pals. Yep, that's our buddies.
Those are nothing, too.
Did nobody write anything?
Hold on.
Our friends are setting us up.
Okay.
This is wrong.
Good Lord. I think they were drunk. Contemporary. I
Let me
can't
see
even read it, honey.
Oh, this segment sucks so far. Pick another one. Thanks, pals. Thanks, buddies. Appreciate you helping out with the show, the podcast.
Dickie.
What do you think of?
I think of Dickie pants.
Do you?
Yes.
Dickie pants, which was the worst pants.
Were they?
I like wearing them, but because of grunge, girls started wearing Dickie pants, man.
Oh.
Before grunge, I was going to Poison. I was going to Bon Jovi. I was doing all those concerts where girls would always wear skirts or spandex.
Yes.
And the skirt would be right there, hovering right by the beat. But because of grunge, girls started thinking they could wear Dickies and flannel shirts.
Weren't they khakis?
Maybe. But no, they were
Okay.
Dickies.
Yeah.
They were Dickies. So all the chicks looked like lumberjacks who could change our oil. What kind of a concert's that, man?
You pull a
Dickies,
word.
I think Dickies barbecue, to be honest.
Oh, there you go.
Or pull on my Dickie. We need to go to Pahrump. We need to do a podcast show in Pahrump, baby.
Sticky Dickie.
Oh, that's going to be so glorious when I watch you pull my Dickie with another girl. Stop it. Stop it. It was the word. It was our friend. All right, we're getting a little out of control.
That ain't cool.
And here's another blank. Another blank. Thanks, pals. Thanks, buddies. Why did they do that to us? You pick one. You got better luck. I know you pulled some blanks, too. This is he said, she said. What's the first thing you think of? Just say it as you say it, and then I'll say something.
Bitch. Really? I mean, what else is there to think?
What's the first thing you think of when you hear bitch?
Asshole.
Oh. I got to be honest, I think bitchin'. I mean, like, remember that? Like, man, that's a bitchin' ride right there. So, bitch.
Okay.
And a great song by the Rolling Stones, by the way.
You try one.
Bitch.
Now.
All right, let's try one more. He said, she said, our friends from Sunday Bloody Sunday. I got two blanks. Thanks, pals. That's our buddies. Thank you for making this podcast a very huge success by writing nothing.
Geez.
And I got two more blanks.
What the hell's going on?
You pick. It ain't
Strike
working.
3.
I'm out of here, man. Come on. What do you got?
Can Tampa? What is that?
I think it's cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it says cantaloupe.
Okay.
What do you think? Cantaloupe. What do you think?
Shit. It's too big to fit in my coochie.
Did you say it's too big to fit in my coochie?
I think the podcast show's over.
That's the first thing you think about with cantaloupe.
Not 50 and fucked.
I gotta be honest. That's the first time I ever heard my wife say, it's too big to fit in my coochie. I'm not proud of it, but the fact that you would even think about putting a cantaloupe in your coochie.
Parump's still on the phone.
That's funny you say that, because cantaloupe, I was thinking about the breastises of those girls up in Pahrump.
I've never seen you at a loss for words.
I think it can't get any better than that. I think we should end he said, she said with cantaloupe. There you go. I can't fit it in my coochie.
He should, she should.
He said, she said, she sells, she says by the seashore. Anyways, wow. That was he said, she said. I never would have thought that.
No more champagne and whiskey on the show.
Champagne brought to you by J. Riley's Whiskey in Redlands, hopefully a future sponsor of this podcast. But I got to be honest, Jackie, I've had so much fun with you on episode 1.
I love you so much, beautiful.
I love you too, man. I cannot believe that this is finally happening. We've had so much fun we would go live on Facebook and do some fun stuff and talk to our friends after I got kicked off the radio station. And we just had fun, and people seem to enjoy it.
Absolutely.
And we hope that you enjoy this podcast, because that's what we're gonna do this weekly forever.
Yes,
just so you know.
Absolutely.
Until Jackie can put a cantaloupe in her coochie. That's our goal. I still can't believe he said that. That's insane. That's fun. That's what the joy is of doing a podcast. You never would know what somebody's going to say, because we partially planned for this podcast.
Partially.
What's the name of this podcast again?
50 and Fucked.
With who?
With Jimbo and Jackie.
We cannot thank you enough, and we got some people that we definitely want to thank.
Aww.
We want to thank Reamp Studios for making this dream become a reality.
Yes.
And we want you to go to their website, because we got a bunch of other stuff going too. We got the Chadcast. We got a bunch of other podcasts that we're going to be doing. We're also going to be doing something called Road to a Record Deal. Yep. We're in the podcast studio portion of Reamp Studios, and they actually have a recording studio where Jackie and I are going to try to figure out a theme song for this show, and we'll record it over there. But you got a chance of scoring a record deal. I want to make sure, are we leaving anything out? Let's talk to our producer, Ashton. And what do you want me to say? Anything about the Road to a Record Deal?
Yeah, we're almost up to our top contestants, and it's going to be an awesome show. We have about 1,000 contestants we got to go through.
This segment, we have another segment of more photos.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the submitting part, we got about 1,000, so it's in the works, and it's going to be a pretty good show.
Right on. And the good thing is I'm going to be one of the judges on the show too, which is how this all started out. Reamp Studios approached me with this idea, and they also said, Jimbo, we miss you on the radio. Do you want to do a podcast? And to quote my great-great-grandma, she said, fuck yeah. So we're doing it. We're doing it, and we're doing it well. We also want to thank our buddy Jason Riley and Doug over at J. Riley's Whiskey, who got Jackie to say that line about fitting a cantaloupe in her coochie. That was powered by whiskey, because I've never heard her say that before. That was fun. That was awesome. And I tell you what, drink J. Riley in your champagne. We did that a little bit on this podcast show. And what are we calling it?
Shamsky.
There you go. Get the cantaloupe off your brain, baby. I can't wait to go to the Heartland and go to the grocery store and see the next time you pick up a cantaloupe, because I know what you're thinking now. I know exactly what you're thinking, baby. Oh. We also want to thank Mark Teague, if you're watching this show, and we're going to come up with some other stuff too. 50 and Fucked with Jimbo and Jackie. He dialed in our logo that we came up with on our little dry erase board. I sent him a picture, and he made it a lot prettier. So thank you, Mark Teague, for doing that. Thank you, Jam Sportswear in advance for donating the stickers that you're going to print for us for free.
All right.
Like how I did that?
Jam
I'm setting it up.
Sportswear.
Yeah, baby. Also, we want to thank John and Kim of Cloud9 in Redlands for providing the shambong for our Burp Wars segment, which Jackie totally kicked my ass in.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so I think this is a wrap, gorgeous.
Is it a wrap?
We don't want the fun to end, but the podcast has to end eventually.
Aww.
Right? We'll be your road trip partners, whether you're going to work, whether you're driving up to Vegas, whether you're going up to Pahrump, or going to the grocery store to find some produce to put in your coochie land.
My kids, I hope you never listen to
Don't
this.
ever. This is not for our kids. This is for our friends. This is for people who don't have to respect us.
I kid.
We love doing this. We want to do this. We want to provide the most positive, fun podcast on planet Earth. That's what we're going to do.
It's going to be.
It's going to be what?
Awesome.
Yes. Because guess what?
What beautiful.
I'm Jimbo.
And I'm Jackie.
Thanks for listening to episode 1. We had a lot of fun. We hope you did too.
Bye-bye.